Good morning, students. This is Dr. B. Shankar Babu. I'm going to give introduction on data warehousing and data mining. The topics which I'm going to cover here are what is data warehousing, what is data mining, why data mining. So what is data? Actually, we have to understand the data, information, knowledge. These three keywords are very much important in this subject. What is data? Data is unorganized facts or raw facts which are need to be processed. For example, take the numbers, numerical numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, like that. This is called as raw data, which has no meaning. Okay, so from this data, how to generate the information? What do you mean by information? Information is nothing but interpreting the meaning of data by a system or a person. For example, the numerical number, for example, take 32. From that, how to interpret the meaning? That is, the human body temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. This is called information. From this information, how to generate the knowledge? This is very much important stage. So here, knowledge is nothing but the processed or organized information is called knowledge, which is more useful and meaningful. For example, the human body temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. If the temperature increases, then you may get fever, or better to go and consult doctor. That is called knowledge. So here, if you observe these keywords, data is playing very important role. Without data, we cannot apply any technique or any method to generate the knowledge. So here, if you observe these keywords, data, from this data, the information stays is called as data warehouse. The knowledge stays is called as data mining and the knowledge. So this is the comparison between these three keywords. The data can help us to solve specific problems. To solve any problem in data warehouse and mining, data is very much essential. So where to generate the data or how to get the data? See, these are the different data sources. That is grocery markets, e-commerce, stock exchange, hospital, weather station, and social media. Okay, these are the data sources everywhere. Okay, the data is generated. Supermarket, for example, take from supermarket, the data is in different format. Take from take the data from e-commerce, data is in different format, and from stock exchange, the data is in another format. And take the data from hospital, that is in different format. Like that, take the social media data, that is in other format. So these are the different formats of data. So basically, there are two types of data. For example, one is structured data and second one is unstructured data. What do you mean by structured data? The data which is having predefined model or structure is called structured data. For example, databases. You know very well about the databases. The databases, it is in the table format. Each table contains rows and columns. That is predefined structure. We have to follow, we have to store the data in that fashion. That is called structured data. But whereas come to the unstructured data, okay, which has no inherent structure or format or model. And typically these data are stored in different formats. Example, PDF data, image data, web data, like that. So how to handle the structured data as well as unstructured data? Handling structured data is very easy. We know very well about the database query languages. What about unstructured data? And Twitter data is also one of the example of unstructured data. All social media data comes under unstructured data. How to handle? Okay, here first we have to collect the data, and then we have to store this data in a particular place. That place is called data warehouse. Okay, so on the data warehouse, we have to apply the data mining techniques to generate the knowledge. This is the basic concept behind this one. Okay, so how to store the different types of data? So here, if you observe this diagram, here heterogeneous databases are there. Heterogeneous databases means each database contains different types of data. For example, the first database contains the image data, second database contains PDF data, and third database contains web data, like the different data sources. So I have to integrate all these data sources to generate a big data source that is called data warehouse. Before storing, we have to do some operations on these heterogeneous databases. Those operations are nothing but pre-processing steps. That is, data warehousing can be considered as an important pre-processing step for data mining. First, we have to collect the data from different sources. Then we have to do the pre-process. Then only we have to store in a separate place called data warehouse. The steps are called data selection, data cleaning, data integration, data summarization. So these steps are very essential in pre-processing steps. After completion of these steps, then only you can store the data. What do you mean by data cleaning? Data cleaning is nothing but remove unnecessary or inconsistent data. Basically, real world data can be inconsistent and incomplete. So we have to clean the data. Then we have to integrate these data sources. These heterogeneous data sources are going to be integrated to generate a large data or a huge data set. Then data selection, based on the query or a task which we are going to do, we have to select the relevant data. That is called data selection. Then data summarization. The data summarization nothing but aggregate the data into a proper format which is useful for data mining. So after completion of these steps, then the data from these heterogeneous data sources are placed in a place called data warehouse. Now, data warehouse is nothing but a repository of heterogeneous databases under a predefined schema. Now, how the data sourcing, the data warehousing can be done by using ETL tool, extract, transform, load tools. Tools we can load or we can store in data warehouse. So, what are these tools can do? The tools are extract data from any data source and transform it into a proper format, then load in the place called data warehouse. The examples of ETL tools are Scavia, Hevo, Xplenty, Informatica. These are free tools. Then this is data mining process, or we can also known as knowledge discovery in databases, that is KDD process. Here, if you observe this diagram, first we have to clean the data. First step, heterogeneous databases, we have to clean the data and then we have to integrate. So before integrating, or we have to clean the data, then we have to integrate. Okay, so now the data is available in the data warehouse. From this data warehouse, we have to select the data which is proper for task or which is relevant to the task. The task relevant data will be selected from the data warehouse. For example, I want to do some analysis on the medical data. I need only medical data. So I have to extract the data, only medical data from this warehouse. So now I have extracted my required data. On this data, now I am going to apply the data mining techniques. What are the data mining techniques? The data mining techniques are data clustering, data classification, association rule mining, outlier analysis, statistical data analysis. These are the major techniques that we can apply on the data. So based on our analysis, we can apply any one of the technique. So here data mining techniques are playing very important role. So from after applying the data mining technique, I can generate the output. That output is called patterns. Pattern is nothing but the output based on some interestingness measures. Okay, after generating the output, that output will be converted into knowledge by using data analytical and analysis tools or data visualization tools. Okay. So here that is called knowledge, and the selection, data selection, data mining, pattern evaluation. These three steps repeatedly doing to produce the efficient output. This is called data mining process. So based on that data mining process, what do you mean by data mining? Data mining is nothing but extracting useful information or potentially useful or previously unknown from large data sources. Okay, first we have to select the raw data. From the raw data, we have produced the knowledge, okay, by applying the data mining techniques. So data mining is nothing but extracting useful information, previously unknown, potentially useful information from large data sources. The patterns which are generated from the data mining are novel, useful, and previously unknown, and also valid. That is called data mining process. Data mining also known as the KDD process, that is called knowledge discovery databases, data hedging, business intelligence, and so on. Okay, so now why we are doing data mining? The reasons are, the first one is data explosion. What do you mean by data explosion? Data explosion is nothing but huge amounts of data is generated and available in the information industry because of automated data collection tools and maturity database technology. So that data is generated. This is called data explosion. Every 60 seconds, the following data is generating. For example, see the statistics: 98,000 tweets are generated in the Twitter, and 6,95,000 status updates are done in Facebook. 11 million instant messages are generated by the users in the Instagram, and 6,98,445 Google searches are done, and 168 plus million emails are sending by the users. So finally, 1820 terabytes of new data created per minute. What is the use of this data? We have to convert this data into useful information. Otherwise, there is no use of this data. And invention is the mother of success. That is another reason for doing data mining. So here, this much data is available. That means data is drowning and but starving for knowledge. That means rich data and poor knowledge. So everywhere data is generated. So based on this data, what we have to do? We have, by using the existing data, we can do some analysis or some predictions. Okay, so that's why we have to do the data mining. For example, see this picture. In this one, 9 pictures are there. So how to categorize or how to classify these pictures? These are the 9 pictures we can do manually very easily. But if I will give you 1,000 pictures or 10,000 pictures or 1 lakh pictures, how to classify or how to categorize into groups, or into how many groups we can categorize, that is very much important. Okay, in the same way, we have to take the data or raw data and we have to produce the results by applying data mining techniques. What type of data we can mine? We can mine the relational databases, transactional databases, data warehouses, or advanced databases like object relational, temporal, data sequence, spatial data, spatio-temporal data, multimedia data, World Wide Web data, that is WWW data streams. Okay, for example, consider transactional data. This is the transactional data. The transactional data contains TID, transaction ID, and products purchased. The transaction ID, each customer represents a customer, and each customer purchased. These are the products. Customer 1 purchased milk, bread, eggs. Customer 2 produced bread, sugar. Customer 3 produced bread, cereal. Like that, the customers have purchased these products. This is called raw data. So from this data, what can I do? From this data, I can produce the information. So how to produce the information? By applying some association rule techniques, I can produce the information. The information here is nothing but frequent item sets. Frequent item sets are nothing but, okay, which items are frequently purchased by the customer. That is called frequent item sets. Here, if you observe in this table, milk and bread purchased 4 times, bread and cereal 3 times, milk, bread, cereal 2 times. So these are the item sets are generated. So from this information, what can I do? What can I generate? From this one, I can generate association rules. The rules are nothing but if a person buys a milk, can also buys bread. So what is the support? Okay, how much percentage? Okay, in this rule. Okay, here the milk and bread combination. The milk and bread combination is 4 times divided by and total transactions 4 by 9. That is 44% of support we can get. So by this is the knowledge I have generated. From this knowledge, the retailer can place the milk and bread items in a closed proximity so that sales can be increased. So this is the knowledge that is generated by from this transactional data. Like that, from any data or any type of data, we can generate the knowledge by applying data mining techniques. Thank you.